and he's an initiate of Omicron Alpha Lambda chapter back in 2019. He is currently a lieutenant in the Army, serving in my hometown, Petersburg, Virginia, at Fort Greg Adams. He is married and he has a 6-month-old son, Christopher II. His speech is entitled, "Man, I'm just trying to figure it out." Christopher McMillian, "Man, I'm just trying to figure it out." Chris.
Good evening, brothers, fellow Toastmasters. Christopher, Chris, McMillian, Mac, LT, Sir, Daddy, Big Daddy, brother. This is where the record would scratch. And I'd go, I bet you're wondering how I got here. Man, I'm just trying to figure it out. I was born in the Bronx, New York. Family was gang affiliated and my biological father was abusive and then absent. The projects was no place for comfort. But I grew up in suburban Northern Virginia where I had 2 loving parents. You know, my dad was Black, my mom's Puerto Rican. I ventured through Chocolate City, learning my roots through the music and the culture. And then in 2015, after graduating high school, I moved to the Richmond area where I've been pretty much ever since. Where am I from? Man, I'm just trying to figure it out. Growing up, I wanted to be like my older brothers. I wanted to be athletic, dress nice, and be photogenic. I wanted to skip school and hang out. I wanted to experiment with women and smoking and drinking. I wanted to fight and get suspended. I joined Alpha Phi Alpha because I wanted brothers I could look up to. I wanted brothers that were doing good in their communities and cared about where they were and where they were going, all while remembering the history from which we came. 3 years of trying to set an example and help my brothers improve their lives and trajectories, I lost interest. Our paths split and I chose, the proverbial road less traveled. Contact remains minimal. Jail visits and collect calls just aren't my thing anymore. I'm more into hymns, service, manly deeds, scholarship, and I think I'm missing one. I try to look up to my brothers while trying to be someone my brothers can look up to from a distance. Does that make me a good brother? Man, I'm just trying to figure it out. I grew up feeling weirdly about my initial thoughts in certain situations. I kind of felt like I was evil in a sense. I would always be like, oh man, it's funny that they actually fell, or man, they deserved that minor bad thing that happened to them, but they'll be all right. And this always made me a little bit uncomfortable. So I shaped my actions to correct my thoughts. And now I go out of my way to do 2 nice things for somebody every day, just in attempt to make their day easier or do something nice for them just to do it. Am I kind? Am I nice? Am I compassionate? Or am I just feeling guilty? I grew up playing the saxophone. I played the sweets of the French, funk of Earth, Wind, and Fire and James Brown, the soul of Stevie Wonder, jazz of Dizzy Gillespie and Charlie Parker, and the blues of B.B. King and Muddy Waters. I played at Carnegie Hall in New York City, and I performed in many showcases throughout college, winning numerous awards. But now I take other people's recorded songs and I mix them and blend them together using a crossfader and jog wheels and the occasional purr, 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 purr. I'm a DJ. But if I'm using other people's music instead of creating my own, am I still a musician? I studied sociology with my emphasis in social inequality. That included Black history and progress from 1607 all the way to the present. But my master's will probably be in social security, maybe defense logistics, or maybe I'll just stop pursuing degrees. Am I still a sociologist? Am I still even a scholar? I created a club that was catered to the Black men on my campus so that we could all learn and grow and party together without having to think about the implications of our skin color. And now I'm in the military where every day I battle to outperform my white counterparts and refuse to fail, for it may reflect poorly on other Black officers. Am I still a visionary, a trailblazer? I was always taught to be strong. They always said showing emotions made you weak. Stop all that crying before I give you something to cry about. Fix your face, man up. If you quit football, you'll quit on your wife and children. Your sister crashed her motorcycle. She's in the hospital. She's dead. What's wrong with grandma? She's been smelling that stuff and now she's not moving or breathing. The chances of you getting selected to be an officer are very slim. Are you sure you don't have a criminal record? You grew up in Northern Virginia. You've never experienced racism in your life. You don't live in this neighborhood. What are you doing here? License and registration. Show me your hands. I had my first therapy session last Wednesday and I cried a lot. I'm probably gonna do it again tomorrow. I expressed years worth of emotion against what I had been taught because I'm trying to reclaim myself and my balance. Am I strong? Man, I'm still trying to figure it out. W.E.B. Du Bois describes in The Souls of Black Folks a two-ness that is ever present in the consciousness of African Americans, those being their African identity and their American identity. I can't help but liken my life to this idea because I feel like I have lived two lives concurrently, one of ideology, one of reality. I have 26 years of enigmatic experiences juxtaposed and concatenated, and I'm trying to piece together in order to understand who I am and why I am this way. But tell me, brothers, how am I supposed to stand up here and tell you who I am when, man, I'm just trying to figure it out? Thank you, brothers.
Yeesh. All right, so when we do the icebreaker, we get the person to stand ovation, but I'm not gonna stand up. Chris, that was wonderful. Brothers, we like to do, for in between our formalized speeches, give the opportunities for brothers to send flowers and love, and also critiques to our brothers. So, Brother Timer, can you give a minute on the time, and brothers either provide to everyone or direct message our dear brother some feedback about his first speech.